louder. And one of them was a piggy. Cute. I like that. I like pigs. They're gross, but I like them. Oh, that's heavy. Oh! Ow! My head! Well, wouldn't it be kind of messed up if I broke the stairs by throwing those? Well, that'd be funny. The door slammed shut behind him, but he knew he would never again see them. Well, okay. C'era Vinaria. I thought this... No, that's Italian. Can you shut the fuck up? Thank you. Oh, it's budging. It's just not going in the right direction. I don't like any of these options. I can't get it. Oh. Big spooky.
Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Ah, that's nice. I missed a page. The unflinching... The unflinching African sun has continued to plunge our expedition, making it impossible... Plague has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location of in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. And when I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hinan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in and of its own right, but I can't help but feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum. To the light beam. Oof, sorry. This is familiar. Have we met before? Oh. Catalog. Hello? Is this the room of Mr. Catalogi? Mr. Catalogi, you might want to clean your room up a bit. It stinks. You know what? You're right, voice in my head. It could be a woman. Who am I to assume? I mean, I can't smell anything. For all I know, that smell that's fucking up my brain could be fish. Let me see. Nice and relaxing. How high up are we? I'm not gonna get away from the window. Hello? What the fuck was that? What's that deal? Grandpa's ashes, no, I'm sorry. Grandpa's mad. Grandpa's fucking mad, dude. I can't put me down. Daniel never learned. And in fairness, I didn't either, so. Were those always skeletons? Repeating yourself, bud? just wanted to play the piano. What are you in here? You fucker. Motherfucker.
"17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground.
Ooh.
The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Oh, how'd you get out? Okay then. Fragile, but not breakable by hand. I'd let you do it enough times.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I've got plenty for him. Yes. Okay, that's it, that's it. Local folklore. Altstadt at Frederiksborg Castle, 1801. Another region which rich with lore. Altstadt, deep in the East Prussian woods. Excuse me. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor Castle Brennenburg. For the quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversation, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there is some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. The story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks, dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in the Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods? And what happened to him? The immortal Baron, the Baron of Brennenburg, lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby, Alstad, and like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Jesus fuck, can I read? Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, joined the coveted order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of his country, or this country. Technically the same thing. Regarding the closing of the wine cellar. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men will leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both my problems. Ominous. Woo! I might just stay in here for a bit.